Nigga fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking heads, man. Yo, what are you niggas waiting for, man? Subscribe before the fucking interview start. You niggas is bugging out, man. Angry fan movement.
We got the West Coast legend, Thesaurus on the line.
Yo, what's really good, man?
Yo, what's going on? What's up with you, Thesaurus? You're a legend. Wake up. What's up, baby?
Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I'm out here in Vegas. I got like 6 tournaments going on my laptop right now. Just, I'm doing the standard daily grind.
Okay. So, I mean, what the hell is going on? It's fucked up because I really want to talk about you because you're a legend. But what the fuck is going on, Thesaurus? And
I don't know. I woke up to a message today that definitely wasn't the type of message I was trying to wake up to, really. And especially because, like, since the event, dude's been, like, hitting me up almost every day, like, yo, I'm taking care of this, and then I'm going to get you paid. Yo, I'm just waiting to get, like, the pay-per-view money, and then I'm going to get you paid. And then yesterday he hit me on some weird bullshit talking about how there was going to be a delay in him getting the pay-per-view money, and I was like, well, you have other responsibilities because you dished out an absurd amount of money for one battle, and now you're trying to act like you're not responsible for a much more reasonable amount. It's not just me too. It's several other people. So I don't know, man. And then today I wake up to a message of him saying I've exhausted multiple options, and there's no way I can pay you guys. If I come across money in the future, I'll be able to make it happen. I'm just like,
wow.
But he deleted his Facebook. So I wake up to this message, and I'm like, oh, really? You know what I'm saying? So I obviously turn my computer on, and I'm like, well, let's see what this guy really has to say. And I can't reply to the message because, you know what I'm saying? He deleted his shit. Just like he's, wiped himself out of social media, basically. And his cell phone shut off because I heard he broke his phone after the event because he was so frustrated or whatever. I don't even know if that's truth or not, though. You know what I'm saying? He's basically excommunicated himself because I don't know. He's afraid of the backlash. Obviously, he's a young dude. He had, I think, initially he had the right intentions, but that he got way ahead of himself, and he started, I guess, spending in his head before it was actually there, something along those lines. Because before this event, a week or two before this event, he was talking to me about, I already have these next 2 cards lined up to do an event here and here. He wanted to go to 2 other cities and throw events. So it seemed like the guy just got way the fuck ahead of himself.
Let me ask you a question. As a battler,
yeah.
I know you want your money, but how hard is it for you to now go to another event where people maybe
it doesn't compromise anything on my end. I mean, it's fortunately for me, it's not a significant amount of money. The only thing that's whack to me about it, obviously, is the way he's handled everything, and the fact that it's the 30th of the month that I find out. That just makes me a little extra salty because, fuck, man, I got 2 different people's bills, finances, rents, and other expenses to handle, and at the end of the day, it's nice to have, the extra cushion that I'm not only, contractually owed, but that I actually stayed in the bay an extra day for just to make sure it would get handled because people wanted to see it. You know what I'm saying? So I think, if anything, that part reflects, positively on my end. People see that I'm very easy to work with. I'm extremely flexible when it comes to negotiating deals and whatnot. I'm not trying to highball the fuck out of anybody like that because I have a secondary line of work. I do okay clicking buttons on this poker shit. So it's not like I have to ask for obscene amounts of money, but that makes it even more frustrating when someone can't come through on 1,000, but they can pay someone else 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a slap in the face to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have, how many battles do you have?
120. So, I mean, are we talking just on YouTube? 120, but probably more in the likelihood of 300 plus, something like that. I mean, a lot of those numbers though are a little distorted just because like it was from like a tournament era, you know what I'm saying? So it was basically doing well in tournaments gave me more battles because you show up, there's 32 people there. I mean, you got to win 5 battles to win whatever the tournament was, and you know, I guess that definitely works in my favor. But that also shows that I did pretty well in the tournaments too.
Yeah, definitely. You and Ilmac was destroying shit. Like we all know that.
Yeah.
You're in my top all the time.
We were pretty invincible. He's still invincible now. That fool was unreal.
This whole situation is crazy. I just hope you guys don't say fuck this shit and don't be motivated no more to write. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's not gonna like deter me from anything. You know what I'm saying? There, like I know, like off top, I know King of the Dot is working on like getting it handled all the way across the board so that everybody's happy. Because, like I said, it's not just me that's involved in it. And like I'm a pretty level-headed dude. There's other people that are like taking it better than I am, and I think I'm like taking it pretty level-headedly. But like, you know, Ness was on the boards today talking about like, yeah, I'm not mad at him. Like I know he's a good dude and his intentions were in the right place and this and that. Like I wouldn't even be mad at him if I talked to him today. And I can't, like, you know, be friendly to that extent because just because of the way dude has sort of talked in circles about me getting paid.
Right.
Fuck all that shit. If he was straight up with me from day one, I would actually, like, you know, hold at least a ounce of respect for dude.
Well, I mean, and then you don't go and delete all of your social media. And then I did see a tweet the other day. He's like, I lost everything. I got to go back to a 9 to 5.
Yeah. Yeah, he even, like, sent me a message yesterday talking about, like, I'm going to have to go bust tables now like a normal 22-year-old and this and that. And I was like, well, I mean, fair enough, but where did you get this absurd amount to spend on, like, these battles to begin with and think that, like, not only, A, you were going to come out way ahead, but, B, if you didn't, that you wouldn't have to end up paying people? Like, really?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry that you took a loss on the event, but at the end of the day, like, I held up my side of the agreement more than my side of the agreement. And there's other people, like, who came out of pocket just to be there and just to help clean up his mess that shouldn't even have had to spend a dime in the first place. That shit's way fucked up to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
so when it comes to these cards, how do you, I mean, you just say, yeah, because you were battling, you want the money. You don't really think about the future, about who are these guys? Because I don't know who the fuck Teddy Grizzle even is.
I mean, the thing is, from what I understood, like, I had kicked it with him starting, I want to say I met him maybe at last Blackout when I battled Sharon, I think was the first time I met him. And I actually met him at the airport while I was on layover. And we chopped it up. He was cool. We ended up, like, splitting the cab back to the telly. We got trees. We smoked hella tough. He, like, ended up kicking me some blunts and whatnot. He seemed chill, and he just, like, shot the random idea of, like, yeah, I'm throwing this event, like, later in the year in Arizona. I'll holler at you later. And then he actually hit me up. I was going to battle on that card, but he hit me up in, like, February for a October event, so I couldn't commit to it. But then in October, he hit me just like, yeah, we're going to be doing this Bay event. Like, I'll shoot you your deposit right now if you want to confirm your battle. So I, like, confirmed on the spot. He paid me the deposit immediately in October, no questions asked. Everybody who worked with him at the Arizona event said that he had them paid deposit, like, as soon as the battle was confirmed, and he had their bread in hand, like, basically when they got to Phoenix. So, I mean, the way I saw it, well, you know, how could there be a holdup with me getting a rack that I'm owed if this fool is that easily taken care of? You know, he did it his first event, that easily took care of those people, and now he's, you know, giving Fab and Arsenal this obscene amount. I didn't think another rack would be that hard for him to come up with.
That's whack, man.
Yeah, it's frustrating. But whatever. I mean, you know, shit happens.
It is what it is.
I'm sure it'll get situated one way or another, you know. I'm not.
It's not looking good. It's really not looking
I mean, Yeah, there's things that can be done. It's not like he's in 100% control of the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what it is. But hey, man,
he did throw a pay-per-view that's not, it's not like he owns the pay-per-view channel and shit. You feel me? Like,
I definitely hope y'all, everything goes down the way it should go though. I know you was mad when you ain't go on the first event.
Yeah. Yeah, it was frustrating. But whatever.
Are you starting to get tired of battle rap? You've been in for so fucking long, my nigga.
Yeah, it's been a minute, right?
Yeah. Man, back to you battling Mac. You didn't battle everybody, man.
Yeah, there's a lot more limited options these days. There's always like newer cats on the come up and whatnot, but there's very few people left, I guess, that still like really interest me and get me hyped up to want to write for and shit.
Okay. Right. Hey, what was your toughest battle ever?
Oh, what up?
Your toughest battle ever?
The toughest battle ever was probably the Ilmac one.
The Ilmac one?
Yeah, that was hard. Big K too, though, because he's really hard to beat. But yeah, probably Ill just because, I don't know, I guess there's multiple levels to it when it comes to preparing for someone who I have that much history with, and then I'm trying to out-strategize and out-sync them, I guess, in a way. It's like, I guess there's more of a chess match involved than just being like, oh, okay, I'm battling this type of person, so I can write these type of lines, I guess.
That's what it is. Go ahead, I'm sorry for cutting you off. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
No sweat. I was done.
Well, I was gonna ask as far as KG had mentioned, as far as the legacy of Battle of the Bay. When you were at this particular event, did it seem to you like it was a regular Battle of the Bay? Like,
no, definitely not. It didn't have the Battle of the Bay feel. So, there was, like, weeks prior to the event, it didn't have the Battle of the Bay feel. It had like, a feel to me like there was potential for it to be, if all the battles would have went down, there was potential for it to be a really solid, like, nice West Coast event, And I understand, I guess, the want to attach something that sounds as big in the Bay Area as Fab versus Arsenal. I guess just because it being in the Oakland area specifically, because Fab is like, he's more than a rapper up there. He's like a town personality that people feel that they know and whatnot. So when you have something like that, you want to make it bigger than just your typical event. And I guess sort of maybe the time of year of it being around when Battle of the Bay was last year had something to do with it. But I don't know, it never had the same feel as even last year's Battle of the Bay did.
That makes sense. That really does.
Yeah. The thing is, it wasn't even initially intended to be a Battle of the Bay. Like, Teddy had this card set in his mind. He initially wanted to do an East versus West type of thing. So he had this card set in his mind. He had all of these battles and MCs confirmed, for the most part, paid at least, like, deposits for. And then, as it grew closer, the event, I guess, got dubbed as Battle of the Bay. Yeah, he had already had the lineup set in his mind. He took care of all the battle. King of the Dot didn't book anybody. It wasn't your standard KOTD procedure.
Right, that was my question.
They basically took it on. No, it wasn't. It was, they basically took it on almost last minute to sort of clean up a ridiculous mess. And, and in the process, they're putting in their own time, effort, and money out of pocket that they shouldn't have been putting into someone else's mess, really.
Oh, wow.
But, shout out to the people who did come through to help clean it up. Otherwise, I can't imagine how poorly it would have gone over had, like, cats like Avo, J Pro, Lush, Ganic, any of those guys, if none of them were involved, like it would have. I can't imagine.
It would have flopped even worse.
Oh, yeah. badly. Would have just been people showing up and rapping, and maybe 100 heads there or something like that. It would have been bad.
Hey, wow. How different is battle rap now to back in the day when you were doing it?
Wow. I mean, there's so many things that are different now. The audience is different. It seems like the audience is geared now towards, like, they feel like they're supposed to react to more hard-bodied shit. I don't know. I guess a little more comedy, I guess, might be coming back now, but still not really. You're mostly seeing people who are, I don't know, trying to be tough, and the audience sort of pandering to it, I guess. The money has obviously changed a lot once a precedent was set where people started getting paid 5 to 10 plus racks for a single event. That, I think, that sort of changed the landscape of things. It even changed how battlers look at it, and battlers stopped looking at it as, something that they used to just do to show up and have fun at, and now it was way more of just a payday, put on, maybe beat somebody, if not, have something debatable for the cameras. But it seems, now, like, people used to actually go into shit wanting to win, and now it's more about, like, showing up, going through the motions, payday, and that's the end of it.
I can understand that.
Coming from the era you come from, what would you change? What would you change about battle rap today if you could? What changes do you like, and what changes haven't you liked?
I mean, it's tough because the state of battling as a whole, I think, is in a good place currently. I just think there might be a few too many outside parties trying to not only jump in and throw money around, but more so they try to take the reins on something that they've never done before, and that's kind of where shit gets out of control. Like, I can't object to somebody putting big money into battling, because ultimately at the end of the day, as a battle MC, it's nice to see, like, a big, thorough payday, for sure. However, the people putting those budgets together should put more consideration into the people who have successfully thrown events for years, like letting them do their process as far as putting together, like, a tightly knit, thorough event that is timely, according to schedule, at least to some extent, because we all know how hip-hop time goes. But, stay according to schedule and things along those lines, and just don't, I don't know, there's so many minor fuck-ups that you wouldn't see happen at events like Ganic throws, or even, like, I don't know, regular Bola events and shit like that. Like, things are ran pretty efficiently.
So basically, the investors should just stay behind the scenes and not really try to throw their money.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna, and the thing is, I don't even necessarily think the investors are needed as much as people might think. I mean, I know every battler wants to get paid X amount, but at the end of the day, what's gonna be, like, the most successful, profitable, long-term business model is probably going to be something along the lines of, like, 200 to 300 people, exclusive type of events with 5 to 7 battles of good talent that you want to see battle, but people that you're not paying extreme amounts for. You can have one nice headliner or something like that, and then you run a live pay-per-view. But those are the only ways that it's going to be profitable long term. You're not going to be able to throw 40 battle mega cards and shit like that, or even 10 battle mega cards where everybody's getting 7,500 plus, and expect to see return from it long term. You got to keep it within reason.
Okay. Hey, so if you guys, okay. Hey, man, To me, this whole shit is weird, man. I don't even know how niggas make money back because you go there, tickets or whatever, but if you don't sell out, I don't see how the fuck you're recouping your money, really.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you know, fortunately, I've never invested like that into any type of event. I'd see ways that there can be a return, but it's got to be really tough. I know that for the most part, like, people take losses more often than they take W's on events. There's no question about that.
Wow. Okay.
But I mean, I know there's been some you know, there's been some profitable events. It's not impossible to do. It's very doable. Just comes down to everybody seeing eye to eye at what is like the most reasonable long-term approach.
Okay.
But I guess there's some people who care more about making $5K for one day out of the year than they would making 4 days out of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people are pretty short-sighted when it comes to money, and you know they're going to jump on a bigger payday for one opportunity as opposed to seeing, you know, how less can be more and vice versa, I guess.
I don't know, man. I hope everything works out, bro. 'Cause y'all been doing your thing for a long ass time. I hope it works out. This shit kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just one event. It's not. It'll be bounced back from, no question. After Blackout, everybody's gonna forget about it. Blackout's like the biggest mega card of all time, and fucking that shit. Which I expect that to go, you know, about as smooth as it can, and that'll make everybody forget about, you know, the nonsense that happened.
Fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man.